Pop quiz, hotshot. What body parts can you cut out, and the only real side effects are you get to eat ice cream for a week? We all know what they are. But what do they do? That's the question. Hey everyone, thank you for watching D-News today. I'm Trace. Happy Monday. What are tonsils? Seriously, when I was a kid, it seemed like everyone was getting their tonsils out. But talking about it here at the office, we could have sworn that no one does that anymore. Luckily for us, SS Dragon 19 asked us to do a video about tonsils. And every Monday, we like to answer one of your questions because, you know, y'all are great and stuff. If you open your mouth wide and you look in the back, you'll see two palatine tonsils are tucked up on the left and on the right sides behind the hanging thing. It's called the uvula, by the way. Those two palatine tonsils are part of a defensive barrier called the Waldeyer ring, which protects the largest gaping entrance for bacterial and viral infections to your body, your ears, nose, and throat. You've got those two, plus two adenoids at the back of the nasal cavity, a single lingual tonsil down your throat on the tongue, and a few others. This Waldeyer ring of tonsils and adenoids are an important part of the lymphatic system, which, among other things, produces and moves white blood cells and bacteria-eating lymphocytes around the body to help defend it. Tonsils hold B cells, which are like scouts for the immune system. They look for bacterial invaders, and if they're found, they send for reinforcements. Once the cells figure out how to beat the invader, they call for antibodies to be produced, which searches the body for other viruses or bacteria that need kicking out. Tonsils are part of the lymphatic system because they are basically exposed lymph nodes. The lymphatic system balances the fluids in our bodies and also helps us fight infections. See, capillaries are constantly leaking water and proteins into the tissues around them. If we did nothing about it, we would swell up. It'd be pretty gross and uncomfortable. So the lymphatic system takes that clear, colorless fluid called lymph, which also contains white blood cells and bacteria-eating lymphocytes from the soft tissues, into the lymph nodes for cleaning. If there's an infection, the lymph system can clean it out using that fluid, which is why lymph nodes in your groin, in your neck, in your chest and abdomen, and your armpits swell to indicate an infection, just like those old buggers, the tonsils. Tonsils get infected more often between the ages of 4 and 10 years old because the immune system is more active in kids than it is in adults. After 11, the tonsils usually shrink. Swollen tonsils can cause breathing problems, sleep apnea, or increased risks of other bacterial infections, not to mention the sickness that's causing the swelling in the first place. Normally, they're removed if they become infected multiple times in a single year. And though it is less common than it was 60 years ago, there are still 380,000 tonsillectomies annually in the United States. So what do the tonsils do? They're the body's version of a guard tower. But the reason you can live without your tonsils is because we've got a pretty awesome immune system. So thanks a lot for your question, SS Dragon 19. Do you have a science question that you want answered? Ask us down in the comments, and if we pick yours, then maybe you can get some fun D-News swag. It's a new thing we're trying. Maybe even a D-News t-shirt if you're lucky. Subscribe to D-News and tell us if you've got your tonsils out, you know, down in the comments if you don't have a question. Thanks for watching D-News, everybody.